I'm gonna keep it up.
Oh my God. All right. Sorry we're running a little bit late tonight. What time is it? Oops. Sorry we're running a little bit late. It's 6:08. I apologize. Had a lot going on today. So with basketball and after school and everything. So the PTC agenda for tonight, you don't have a paper agenda just because with some of the changes that are occurring with the merging of like the new school have affected what we're allowed to do for fundraising. So I know we had talked about doing the like parents' night out. Anything where we have to actually collect money from parents was canceled. So we are not allowed to do anything like I know somebody last month had suggested Krispy Kreme fundraiser. We can't do that because we're collecting money from parents. The only thing that we're allowed to do as fundraisers at this point is, for instance, Churn Buddies. We're going to do that this month. Where if we do something at an organization and they're going to cut us a check, then we're allowed to do that. Where the organization is, you can go and purchase stuff and then they'll just cut us a check. We're allowed to do any of those. So for this month for fundraisers, and it's really our first fundraiser, on Friday, December 16th, we're doing Churn Buddies. And if everybody's familiar, if you're not familiar, it's across the street, basically over towards the Y. Once you pass the little gazebo, it's over there on the right. And it's open from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we get 10% of all sales. So you don't have to say you're with Cabarrus Charter. We get 10% of all sales, regardless of like every sale from 2 to 8 p.m.
And what day?
It's Friday, December 16th. So we're going to try this. Hopefully, I have already made up a flyer. I just need to revise it and I'll send it to Mr. Lennon and he'll get it out there on social media. But please encourage your friends and family. Anybody who shows up, we get 10% of all sales. So Mr. Lennon will be sending out the like an email, right? You'll be sending an email. We'll definitely put it on social media, but can you send an email about it too?
Yes, ma'am.
And then the day of, Mr. Lennon and I are going to be handing out flyers in the carpool pickup line. So we're going to get it out there so everybody knows about it. So hopefully, because right now, as of now, like we have $0 in our account. So definitely if we want, there's things that people want that we want to do. We have zero funds at this point. So we definitely want to get some fundraisers.
And
Yes.
We'll try to make it as fun as possible. We have a Husky Head somewhere at the upper school, so we'll have the Husky Head out there. Some music playing while we're passing it out, just to try to get the word out.
Okay, as long as somebody else is in the Husky Head.
I'd rather take care of it. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, I'm not volunteering for that one. And then, so it sounds like we're really just allowed we're only allowed to do one spirit night per month. Because I know also last month, some recommendations came out that, we could do different, like every other week to see what we could do. But because we're only allowed to do things where they send us the funds, we're calling that a spirit night. We can't call anything a fundraiser. And again, these are changes that are occurring because of the merging of the boards or whatever it is. So we're only allowed to do one spirit night a month. So for January, and it's a fundraiser, it's a spirit night for the school, is the Charlotte Checkers Spirit Night. And that's been in the Husky Pack, January 15th. So that one is a fundraiser for the school. The next one that we would like to do, and again, this is one that everybody had talked about last month when we met, was Stars and Stripes Bowling. I think several of you guys have been there. So Mr. Lennon is working on getting that one set up. So we're going to do that one in February. Yeah, Stars and Stripes Bowling. And then I think he might be doing, and I don't want to plan out too far, but I think for March, I think he might be doing a basketball spirit night. So then like April, we can do one,
That would be cool. Basketball spirit for March Madness.
Probably, yeah, I'm sure he probably is.
Yeah.
So I think March is already going to be basketball. And then we have plenty of time to figure out April, what we want to do for that. you did say, sorry, March, we're doing basketball.
Yep,
Spirit Night. You're doing this
February will be,
Stars and Stripes.
Yeah.
And how does that one work? How much do we get of proceeds from Stars and Stripes? Do you know?
Still waiting for them to confirm everything, but up until now, we were just trying to get a date set.
Okay, and so we don't have a date yet.
During the week, or would that be like a weekend?
So for our Chuck E. Cheese Spirit Night, we had that in the middle of the week, and remember we talked about trying middle of the week and Fridays, and I know that you said that Fridays would be something good for the kids to actually get out and not have a Spirit Night where they're just going, grabbing something and leaving and actually having time to spend time with their buddies. So I'm shooting for a Friday, and that's kind of what's the holdup right now.
That'd be good to
Friday
sit out
is one
school
of
the
their
next morning, to have to get up
nights.
early.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree. I think Friday night would be great.
yeah, because we did pretty good as far as the Chuck E. Cheese one, but we do think that we would get more greater numbers on a Friday.
Well, and also doing Stars and Stripes bowling. Never been there, but that sounds like something that like high school, middle school, and elementary school could do. Whereas Chuck E. Cheese is definitely more elementary school.
Exactly.
So, okay, I've never been there. So, okay, cool. Yeah. So,
because the representative even said like adults would have fun there. They said it's like a Dave and Buster type thing.
oh, okay.
This is awesome.
Yeah,
Laser tag.
yeah.
Oh.
So it's like
Oh,
family
yeah.
fun for like
And they have an arcade, I think, too.
Yeah. Okay,
What I
cool.
read online.
Oh, yeah, we'll-
Check everything.
We'll be there.
everything.
We'll be there.
They have like bumper cars and laser tag.
No way.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm getting
Okay.
excited now.
Yeah, no, that sounds fun. Okay.
So
All right.
we'll have more details coming out shortly.
Okay, perfect.
That'll be
Great.
good.
So that sounds like a great one. And I think that one, and that would be for the PTC, the funds, right?
Yes,
Yes.
because that's actually something that we talked about here and that we're
Yeah.
putting together as a
Okay.
PTC.
And then, you know, again, this year we're really in the building mode so that next year when I'm gone, you guys will have funds to actually work with next year. And for December teacher appreciation, Mr. Lennon said he has that one covered. There's some parents who volunteered. They didn't want to put things out on the website on that one.
Yeah, we're just it's something that we're doing especially for the teachers, and we're just not putting it out there because we want them to kind of be surprised when it takes place.
Right.
And so I've been talking about my favorite things. You know, I did do the survey. I was missing like 50% of them. So I came and put surveys in teachers' mailboxes. Mr. Lennon's been chasing them down. I am going to try. I've keyed everything I have so far except for what you gave me today. I'm hoping to have that out on the website by Friday. And so basically that's for every staff member who turned them in, just kind of their favorite thing. So you can use it for holiday, you can use it for Teacher Appreciation Week. And that's one thing we definitely want to do. Teacher Appreciation Week, I think, is in April or May. I forget which month.
Oh, he's autistic, so yeah, he knows. He goes, it's May.
May. I think we definitely want to, in my opinion,
First week of May.
first week of May. Perfect.
Yes.
I think that what I've always enjoyed doing when I had younger kids, but I still did it with my high schooler, is have a theme every day. Like one day was a special snack, one day was a special drink, one day was a special flower, you know, like something every day. And then maybe a bigger gift on Friday, like one of their favorite things off their list or something. So what do you guys think of that? I mean, I know we're a little ahead, but that's, you know, we can work on like which day we want every day. But I really think it's cool to do something every day. And even when, I mean, my son's a senior and anytime they had it, I still made him bring stuff every day. So,
I think that's a great idea,
Yeah.
especially
Had that at their middle
parents
school,
who don't know what to do, that definitely gives them a little bit more guidance for those that need
Right.
that.
yeah. So we'll come up with, I'll come up with an outline and then we can change that for next meeting. I'll come up with that and then we can change it however you guys think are best. Friday though, definitely we always did, you know, like some type of gift on Friday, but then the other days was just something little. Like I know for like the favorite drink, we did orange sodas and then I put a little band around it that said, "You are the sunshine of my life," or something, you know, something creative like that. So I tried to do like little sayings, and I made up this poem years ago that I distribute to the teachers every year. It's really funny. So just try to do something creative. That is actually, and I know that is actually all I have on the agenda. What do you guys want to talk about? And what I know we've kind of changed things a little bit just with the new school. They changed the fundraising on us, but what do you guys want to work on? What do you guys want to talk about? What kind of things? Oh, I know what's coming up. Or actually, do you know the date? We talked about it last time.
Winter Festival?
Well, no, I know that one. I know Winter Festival is like the 19th.
19th. Just so everyone knows, we are still looking for volunteers for that. So we do have anybody that's available.
Is that similar to the fall festival, right?
Similar to the fall festival. It won't be as many vendors and things of that nature. More so like if you guys are familiar with holidays around the world, what that looked like at the school prior to, which going to different classrooms and doing different things. There'll be like arts and crafts set up in different classrooms and things that they'll be doing, just because we want to celebrate winter or the holiday season without getting specific, because so many people have so many different beliefs.
So that's on a Monday?
Yeah, it's a Monday night, the 19th. And that's exam week for high schoolers, so I know I won't be volunteering.
Yeah, and it's more so geared towards our younger kids, like it'll be crafts and things of that nature. I thought it was on the 16th too, but it's on the 19th. Yes.
What kind of volunteers do you need volunteers to do for that day?
So more specifically, setting up and being at the stations. More specifically, I know we sent out something to the teachers, and that's coming in slowly but surely. Seeing as how we have waited not too long ago.
And so if you still have holes where you need volunteers, can you put up a Sign Up Genius
Yes,
for the parents to volunteer?
yes, and I'll put that out on social media as well.
Okay.
Yes, Raylan.
Can I help volunteer for the Western Festival?
Yes, sir. Please do. That'd be great. Good.
All right.
We do have a few high schoolers that are volunteering as well, like Kiana Woods.
That's what the lady told me the other day, that they had thought and that they would get with you, that, I know he would like to.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, if it were an exam week, my son and I volunteer, but
Oh yeah.
it's finals or midterms. The other thing that we had talked, the beautification. Did y'all have a date for that? Like the cleanup of this Papo Tent Road?
So I had that up as far as the adopt a highway, and we have already officially adopted the highway. The sign is going to read, "This street was adopted by Cabarrus Charter Academy, home of the Huskies, and we will be the valid prep owls next year." So I kind of halted the whole putting up the sign ordeal. So that's where we're at with that. So that's why we haven't had any communications about beautification, because I'm still trying to figure out next year, just in general. So yes, a lot of what we've been working on, we're just waiting. Yeah, it's been halted because we just don't know what it's going to really look like next year. If Valor Prep would even want us to do a sign. I just don't know what is what with that.
Well, what
and
about-
it would defeat the purpose as far as putting a Cabarrus Charter home on Husky sign up,
Right.
But we're not.
where we're not going to be that.
Right.
It comes with-
Now, what about, but part of that also was beautification of the campus.
Of
Can
the
that,
campus
can that
as well.
portion still occur?
Yes. So we'll still be move forward with all of that. I just really was working on that major piece of it all, because
Right.
that was like giving us a sign in front of the school on Popular 10, etc., or multiple signs. But yes, beautification days are being put into the calendar.
Okay, so
That'll be
TBD.
coming out shortly as far as what that'll look like around the school.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And then supplies for that, do you guys get them donated, or how does that?
So we actually received supplies from the city of Concord.
Oh, nice.
So that'd be
Okay.
Yeah,
bags,
they do that.
Okay,
what do they
nice.
call them,
You do
like
it
picker
yourself,
uppers,
too, like-
trash picker uppers, the vests, all of that stuff, yes. We'll receive all of that from the city of Concord.
Nice. Okay. And then the other thing that was talked about in the last meeting, sorry, I said we didn't have anything else, and then I looked at my notes. Y'all had talked about the Sunshine Committee, that there were like 45 teachers that were pregnant. I know one just had a baby, but like, we don't have any funds to do anything, so I don't know what.
Gotta get something done first.
All right.
So, but that's what,
Could you do a
when I
sign up
spoke,
thing for that?
when I spoke with the Sunshine Committee, what they're saying is that after we actually get some funds, that's when we'll start working on our end, trying to figure out like what that looks like.
They can't spend all the funds, you gotta save
Yeah,
some
no,
for
no,
next
no,
year.
no. Yeah. And which a representative of each committee should be in here starting at the top of the year as far as for our meetings.
Okay,
So it'll be a representative from each committee that'll actually be in our PTC, which
okay,
will grow our numbers as far as in-person attendance.
okay. All right. All right. What else do you guys have?
I was gonna say, with the name change, are they doing the uniform changes for
Yes.
Valor?
So my understanding, and I didn't go to the meeting because my
Yes.
son's a senior,
No.
but yeah, so there is a uniform change, but my understanding is that there, when I read the FAQ, that there is a year grace.
Yes.
So next year you get to still wear whatever uniforms you have this year. But then after that, then you'd have to get new uniforms. My son's a senior, so.
My question is, because this was totally new, like for the high school, because I got to figure out where to go get a money order between my work hours, because we all know they're crazy. Because I don't do checks.
Mhm.
I haven't done a check, I don't know how many years.
Oh my God, I write check books.
The
Right.
dance.
What,
For the dance?
yes,
So
middle school,
we-
you know, you could do it on school bucks.
We've already been talking about that. I'm more than certain tomorrow there'll be a communication coming out saying that we will be able to purchase them on my school bucks. I just can't tell you for sure right now, but that was a huge part of
I was
our
like, or I'll
conversation.
just like cash if they don't want to get a money order. I got the cash only. I
Yeah,
just wanna
well,
get
we
a money
don't
order
accept
from you.
cash, and I think what they were trying to do is alleviate the fee that it charges us on my school bus.
Oh, gotcha.
But at the end of the day, that's the easiest way of retaining money, especially from high school age kids. A lot of them have debit cards, and a lot of parents aren't necessarily looking forward to writing a check for the high school dance or getting a money order. So that was a huge part of conversation.
It is me
today.
if I don't wonder, you know, that just, yeah.
Yeah, no, so we'll know, that should be coming out tomorrow, if not this evening, that we will be receiving our acceptance.
I'll be able to do it on our door. Okay, perfect. It's like, I didn't mind doing it, I was just like,
Yeah.
And some students actually, their parents went online and like put money on their My School Bucks specifically for it, specifically for the dance. So yes, so that's what we're working through right now as far as identifying what that looks like, or when we would actually have the My School Bucks business up and running, which it should be tomorrow by noon.
Yeah. And you had mentioned, putting a sign up genius out there, even like for the teachers. There's a high school sign up genius out there right now, and like there hasn't been very much signed up for it
for
all.
the,
For the dance.
yeah, I just couldn't go. I mean, I didn't have a way, but because I was like, okay, well, I will do something. I just have to,
Yeah.
like, because I got to find out when I can come here, you know, because they can't carry it from the car when I do the drop off and pick up. So, but now it'll be after school, I'll be able to
Yeah.
bring it.
Yeah.
when I pick them up.
So I don't know.
Friday,
You need it before Friday, right? Or have till Friday?
for the
For the dance.
For the,
the dance is Saturday.
Yeah.
but I mean, all the drop off stuff. I mean, I would plan on
Yeah.
looking and seeing what all was still left over. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but
The last one, I would have done something when y'all were doing the stuff, but it was just like, I had my work schedule, I
Oh,
had
yeah.
no time to do it. I
Yeah.
was like, there was,
Yeah.
by the time I got off work, at 5:30, by the time I got over here, nobody was, because it had to be dropped off by a certain time, I was like,
Yeah.
I couldn't help.
What I would say is,
You know, it's
if you
money.
could identify what you would be bringing prior to, that'd be fine. But
Yeah. I would.
even if you had to wait until Friday, that's fine as well, because the more the merrier. High schoolers can eat, so
Okay.
yeah. So
Well, what
whatever the
food on there? It was just
donation
like
is.
candy and stuff,
It was
right?
candy and sodas, pretty
Candy.
much.
Yeah, it was just
sodas.
candy and soda.
Well, it's
Yeah.
because the
And
theme is
we're actually
Candyland.
providing pizza and things.
Yeah.
Just
So
like
if they
the
didn't have
middle
candy, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I think it's more important to have the drinks, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
And water, yeah.
Yeah, that's just, the
Water.
candy is just to go to the Candyland theme that they picked. So SGA actually decided what they wanted to do. They came up with Candyland, and we're just kind of advising them as they go along with this homecoming dance.
Yeah.
But if you brought anything on Friday, that would be fine.
I'd like to make an announcement.
What?
If your children would like to pick a song, go to Mr. Kennedy and write them a list.
Okay.
That's what Mr. Kennedy told me.
Is
Yep,
that what
Ms.
you told me?
Kennedy
All
will
right.
be the DJ for that, so if
Gotcha.
any of the kids wanted special requests.
Oh, okay. And then do you happen to know, like, with the homecoming, like the nominees or whatever, are they presenting them Friday, or are they voting before Friday, or at the game, or do you know how that's working?
So they'll be voting before Friday. If I'm not mistaken, that'll be Thursday, either Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know for sure right now. But they've already solidified what day that would be. That would be either Wednesday or Thursday. At Friday night at the game, if I'm not mistaken, that's when they will be addressing who is homecoming king, queen, princess, etc.
Okay.
And then on
Is that the high
Saturday-
school game or the?
high school game
High school
on
game?
Friday.
Okay.
So the high school game is the homecoming game on Friday, and that's where all of this will be taking place as far as the kings, queens, princesses, etc. And then at the dance, it's more just a dance. I think they'll be doing something specifically for the king, queen, and anybody else that wins something. But that would be Friday.
So they won't be announced until the game.
They won't be announced until the
Okay, good. Yeah, because last year they did for prom. They announced stuff before prom. It was really weird.
No. So
Yeah.
we were thinking about doing it at the prom, at the homecoming, but we decided to announce it at the game.
Cool. And do the nominees need to wear anything special?
So that's Ms. Tumbleson, and then we're speaking to her directly about that. I do not know the answer to that.
Okay.
question. I'm sorry.
All right. Yeah, and I haven't seen much about the communication mentions like homecoming week, but it didn't mention anything about the homecoming game on Friday. It mentioned the Thursday night game, but not the Friday night game. There was nothing about the Friday night game.
Wow.
No, you didn't miss it. It wasn't in there. it wasn't in
What's
there.
Thursday?
Thursday night is the parent teacher kids
Yeah.
versus or parent teacher versus
Yeah, parent teacher
students
versus-
Oh, yeah.
game.
I see
So the
that.
Thursday night's the fun game.
Yeah.
I'm doing concessions. Friday night, I'm not doing concessions.
Yeah,
Friday night, but it has not. There's been no announcement about the Friday night game.
No, there isn't.
No, I mean,
Oh, we're not seeing
I
this, so
wish
what-
I could have.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking, you're talking about a homecoming game. I was like, I
Yeah.
haven't heard nothing about it.
It's
Yeah, it's a homecoming game Friday night.
You sure?
so.
No, I'm positive that it's a homecoming game Friday night. I just.
Do you think
I,
maybe you could
I
put something
assumed
out there
it
about
would be
it?
in the Husky back.
It's not.
Oh,
But
gotcha. Yeah, I was thinking that's about.
Yeah. Can you put something out on social media
oh
about
yeah,
it?
I'll definitely do that.
And then I'm assuming if there happens to be a reminder, if it could be included, that'd be awesome. About the homecoming game.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah. No, I'll definitely post something on social media, and I'll get with Mr. Shields about a reminder on the website, like the other things that pop up automatically. My apologies on behalf of administration in regards to not having anything out before the game.
Yeah, it included the Thursday night, but not the Friday night. So, okay.
Goes from that to
Yeah.
high school midterms and holiday.
When you said Thursday night, I thought you were talking about the middle school game. I'm like, what? Yeah,
Yeah.
because I won't be at the parent teacher game because we actually have a game Thursday night.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, okay. So what else do you guys have? This one's kind of more open-ended today. Anything
What
else?
other volunteer opportunities are out there? I know that when I read it, it gives a name of someone to reach out to.
Mr. Vale.
Is there a way that we can just list what are the opportunities out there? I mean,
I have been
I'm gonna be
asking.
honest with you, when I see that, I stop and move on to something else. Like I would love to just, if I can.
Just sign up.
It says volunteer opportunities.
There should be a list
It
of
tells me a link of where to get the, to register as a volunteer.
Right.
And I'm like, just tell me what's needed.
I've been
I'm
asking.
just busy
Yeah.
and to have to contact somebody,
Yeah.
to
I agree.
ask questions and to wait for someone to tell me, I'd rather one of the volunteer opportunities so that I can go in and sign it and keep it going.
And I've been asking Coach Massey to put, who's in charge of the sports program, I've been asking him to put volunteer opportunities out there. He just emails the same people all the time.
Okay.
And I'm not a sports parent, but I do concessions for him.
So he's the one that knows the opportunities for the sports, or?
Coach
He is,
Massey.
But what I'll do tomorrow is, when I get in, I'll get with Ms. Corvado. She actually does the majority of the signups anyway for the school,
Okay.
and that's who they're telling you to reach out to. And I'll get with her and Mr. Shields and see if we can go ahead and just get a list of the upcoming events
I mean,
and
just
start
to
getting
kind
those
of
signups. Yeah, that just
for
makes sense.
everyone, just to kind of put it up
Yeah.
in everyone's face
Yeah.
and say, hey, we need some volunteers.
Yeah, because naturally.
Because I think Friday
believe
night's
that's how
gonna
it should be.
Friday night's gonna be an issue because half the volunteers he uses are staff, and y'all have an engagement center
Yeah.
Friday night.
Um,
And I'm not gonna volunteer Friday night because my son's
I'm assuming he has that
Nominee.
taken care of because he hasn't spoken to me
okay.
about it. But in regards to the sign up, I do think that is, I think that's an easy fix, and I think we can
Okay.
get that done before even the next PTC meeting as far as having those opportunities, because we already have the tab where it says volunteer opportunities. We just literally got to list the sign ups in that
Yep.
tab.
I think
So,
that would be helpful with that.
yeah, and I mean, that just makes sense if you're gonna have volunteer opportunities, the opportunity should be.
That would be
Okay.
good.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, I've been asking for that. I don't know.
Yeah, he has the signups now, but he just doesn't.
But they're not
have-
public though.
Oh.
Sometimes he has signups, but they're not public. He emails them and then it's only to the people he emails them to.
Gotcha. That's an easy fix. Gotcha.
Yeah.
We'll get that done.
All right. Hopefully we can get that one fixed.
We'll get that done.
Um,
Sure.
What else do you guys have? And please tell your friends and family about the Churn Buddies, and hopefully that'll be successful. And like I said, we'll be out there, Mr. Lynn and I will be out there handing out flyers to remind everybody on that Friday.
And like you said, this one was a little more open-ended because with some of the uncertainties with where we're going next year, some things kind of took a hold. But what I will say is we do have an email set up currently for the president, vice president, and the secretary, in which that's an open email that you guys will have access to, as far as president, vice president, secretary. But I'm assuming that'll have to change as well because that's for comparison to Charter Academy email. But for the rest of the year, we'll definitely utilize it. I do apologize because we're all just kind of up in the air right now as far as what it looks like because Charter One is taking over day to day. I'm
Yep,
assuming that the foundation that we're laying for the PTC will be the model that we'll move forward with, just judging by what Charter One has said thus far. As far as they will be taking over day to day, but some of the other stuff is still staying with Charter Schools USA. So that's all that I really have to hold on to currently. But outside of that, we will continue meeting because I think this is a very important part. And a lot of the things that we talk about here, as far as like the opportunities and things, I think that that's been making things a lot easier for some of the other parents. And even Ms. McDonald will jump in on Facebook and sometimes and say, yeah, well, they listened to what you said, well, you complained, and we've adjusted that. So I definitely still want to keep us meeting on
Also gonna
Mondays.
meet through the summer, like we had talked about.
Which is that?
Are we gonna still meet over the summer like we talked about?
So it wouldn't
Last
be
meeting?
weekly over the summer, but we will meet over the summer.
Or you mean monthly?
Excuse me.
I was like, we never want people.
Bye, thank you.
Or bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly, sure.
Yeah.
Or once a month. Yeah, I mean, that's up to you guys.
And
Yeah.
if we
No,
can't
but
go
we'll
to
definitely
school,
still be meeting over the summer,
okay,
but we just have to see what.
you have to meet somewhere else outside of school.
The schools,
Well, I think we still will be able to access the school.
but if not,
Keyword is think
Yeah.
because I would have to
If
talk
not,
about the
just-
prep to see what that looks like. Or
Yeah.
Right.
what
but if
else.
not, you could always meet at, just some restaurant or
I'm pretty
someplace
sure they
around here.
shouldn't have a problem with that, seeing as how it would be the PTC for Battle Prep at that point.
I was like, because Because I'm
And
sure, does
did
their
you have-
school have PTCs?
I don't know. Yeah, did you get clarification on, I was confused because it said that they were taking over effective June 1st, which is after this school year. So why is it
Yes.
affecting what we're doing now? That's what I was confused about.
Because at the end of the day, there wouldn't be a career charter academy next year. So to go out and get an account for the PTC for career
For 2
charter
months.
academy under Charter Schools USA would kind of be null and void because we wouldn't have it next year.
Okay.
Like, and Charter Schools USA wouldn't be over it. Charter One would then be over it, in which that would be a whole transition that we would have to prepare for next year when we could just kind of hold off on getting the account for us now. And how she would
Yeah,
be able to
Mrs. Kreider,
segregate.
she's
Yeah.
going to segregate it. Anything that we're fundraising for, we're just putting it in a bucket called teacher appreciation. And if we happen to use it for something else, I don't think it would matter. But that's a bucket that has like no money in it. So that's going to be for our, whatever we're fundraising.
So that's like only thing that is really holding back is any of the logistical side of things that we just don't have the answers for because we would need someone from ballot prep here to confirm. Usually that's why Ms. White would be here because she would be the person in regards to Charter School USA who confirms, yes, we can't do that. No, we can't do that. Currently, we don't have anyone from ballot prep to do any of that for us.
Okay.
So that's why I really can't, I can't answer questions for ballot prep because I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah.
So, and which it doesn't stop everything, just stops a lot of motion that we were doing, seeing as how this was the foundation and we were trying to set a few things in stone for us to move forward.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're taking laptops from the kids away.
Yeah, so it's a lot of moving
Go
parts
back
in
to
regards to
textbooks, pen
this
and paper
thing.
start next school year.
Yeah.
I was at
So,
the meeting.
so it's a lot of moving parts.
I
I
don't
don't
mind
want to
that.
just sit here and say
I
we
don't
would be
either
able to do
because
this or we can
my kids
continue
are
moving on with this.
And I think certain
And I
things
just
should be in order.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
no, don't text me.
All right. Well, at least we're doing
Yep.
some fundraising so that there'll be some funds that can be used either this year or starting in the next
Right.
year.
Yeah. And
So,
I mean, like the Churn Buddies thing and all of that stuff, that'll help us with like Teacher Appreciation Week, et cetera. So I definitely want us to continue going forward with the
Yeah.
things that we can.
And the kids
And,
like things
Stars
like
and
that,
Stripes
even
and
if it's
things.
after school, stuff they like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You've got spirit, something that's through the school, but they're doing with their families. The kids like
Oh,
it,
yeah.
a morale boost. you
Yeah.
know?
yeah. And if Turn Buddies works well, we can always do that when it's warmer.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah. And the cool thing about that is it doesn't just have to be Cabrera Charter Academy. Anybody that comes in.
Yeah, that's what I was shocked.
Yeah, I think we should.
Anybody who comes in from 2 to 8, we get 10%. I was
Yeah.
surprised. So that's
So
awesome.
it's still work that we can do. We're just
Right.
limited on some of the things that we can do or we were
Or
trying
how
to do.
often, yeah.
Right.
And we just have to roll with the punches at this point until we could solidify some things in regards to next year and what this is gonna look like. And I'm assuming get some people in here from Valley Press so we can start getting some things like an email for the PTC and all that stuff
Yeah.
for next year. We could probably get a jump on that.
Yeah.
Since we already know what we were trying to do.
Yeah.
As Cabrera Charter Academy, we could go ahead and roll that over
Yeah.
into.
What their
Valley Prep
guidelines
Academy.
are
We
or
just have to
whatever.
be able to talk to someone and confirm, okay, so we would be able to get an email for our president, secretary, and vice president. We would be able to open an account. So a lot of those things, I don't even know who I would talk to at Valor currently to confirm any of this.
Right. Okay.
So
All right.
it's in the works though. It's
All right.
definitely in the works because I stayed after for that meeting that Ms. Kraus stayed after. And I kind of put it out there of things that I was working, or the groups that I was working with, one being PTC, and they said that they could get with me. Not yet.
Oh,
Pretty sure they
okay.
have bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
As far as like
It's all
that.
logistics.
There's supposed to be more meetings like that too, they said.
Yeah.
Coming up in the future, so.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So what else do you guys have? Nothing? All right. Well, thanks for coming. Give you guys 18 minutes back. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
But just before we all get out of here, these charm buddies and things, if you guys can like speak to people that are in your classes and things, I am going to start emailing the teachers a bit more so they can start putting it like in their weekly messages and things of that nature. But if you guys can kind of serve like as the catalyst, if you know anybody in the classroom, or if y'all have any type of platform where the teacher's sending out information and you can just post, I would really appreciate it if you could just throw it in there. Like, hey, we're trying to do X, Y, or Z. We're trying to get everyone out to Stars and Stripes in February. If you have any questions, I can be a point person because I attended the.
Right, and if you do flyers for them, if I can get one of those early, if you email it to me, I can print it off. My shop where I work, I
Yes.
work for Tuffy Tired Auto. It's not even 15 minutes down the street, so a lot of people from Concord that come there,
Yeah.
I can put it up at my shop.
Yeah, so I will revise the Churn
The
Buddies. I
earlier the
know
better.
you may want to make it more beautiful, but I will revise the Churn
Yes.
Buddies flyer tonight and I'll email it to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
It's not-
Things
it's
like
not
that,
beautiful,
If I can have it early and
Okay.
stuff,
It works.
like I said, I work and I can hang it up at my shop. And I have a lot of my customers, Harrisburg, Charlotte, area, but a lot of them from Concord.
Okay,
All right.
So, yeah.
perfect. Yeah, so that's the 16th. So please, everybody.
Yeah, that's what
I'll
I'm
be
saying,
there.
so we need.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
thanks again. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You stole my notes, because my notes are better than mine.